Okay, the US game versus Northern Ireland just finished a few minutes ago, and we are going to go over it. The US just had a game against Jamaica here in Europe that they won 4-1, always attacking non-stop with a very young team, and Jamaica capping a few players for their first game with the national team. And Northern Ireland just played Italy in a World Cup qualifier back in Italy's home where they lost 2-0. So for this game, they had to rest some of their starters. We're going to head over to Transfer Market to look at Northern Ireland's team value and squad size. The team value is $50 million, and they were coming into this game ranked 45th in the world. Goalkeepers Peacock, Hazard, Gartside, and Hughes. Hazard is the one that started for today's game. Center backs Evans, McNair, Cathcart, Brown, and Bullard. Evans being worth $7.7 million, even being at age 33. Wingers in the defensive line, Lewis, Dallas, Smith, and McLaughlin. Lewis being worth $18.7 million. The midfielders are Savale, Davis, Thompson, McNabb, and Evans. Savale being worth $4.4 million back in the second division in England. The wingers Ferguson, Kennedy, McGinn, and White. White being worth $1.1 million. And here's the forwards: McGuinness, Lafferty, Boyce, Lavery, and Charles. McGuinness being worth $660,000. We head over to the US side where they sent a few guys back to their regular teams. The US being worth $228 million with an average age of 23 years old and coming in ranked 22nd in the world. Zach Stefan, Horvath, and Adunset being the goalkeepers, Stefan being worth $6.6 million. Brooks, Richards, Long, Miazga, Palmer Brown, and Tim Riem are the center defenders. Brooks, Richards had to go back to their Bundesliga teams. Robinson, Dest, Reynolds, and Cannon are the wingers. In the midfield, they had Kylian Acosta, Atasawi, Leggett, De La Torre, and Capis. Winger attackers Brandon Aronson, Gio Reyna, Christian Pulisic, and Yunus Musa, who plays as a center mid. And the forwards, Josh Sargent, Daryl Dike, Sibechu, and Giochini. Ireland came out with Hazard, McLaughlin, Brown, Daniel Bullard, Ferguson, Kennedy, Evans, Savale, Thompson, Lafferty, and Lavery. Clearly a team where they are trying to rest their starters for their upcoming game this Tuesday in the World Cup qualifying matches in Europe. With an average age of 26.6 years old. The US came out with Zach Stefan, Sergino Dest, Aaron Long, Matt Miazga, Anthony Robinson, Tim Riem, Yunus Musa, Kylian Acosta, Pulisic, Reyna, and Sibechu. The lineup that you see here is actually a 5. Well, they played with a line of 5-3-2. Tim Riem dropping between Aaron Long and Matt Miazga. Robinson and Dest going up, adding themselves to the attack. And Yunus Musa helping out Dest defend. The average age of the team was 24.3 years old. I'm going to scroll down just to show you guys the benches of both the squads. You can see a lot of the guys left the US side to back to their teams in Germany for quarantine reasons. Yeah, they didn't let the South American players go play the World Cup qualifiers. Started out attacking in the game. USA obviously had ball control, but the first 15 minutes I would say that it was even. Northern Ireland was going for the game, tried to open up the score, but they just couldn't finish. It took until the 30th minute for Gio Reyna to shoot outside the box, a deflection off the defender, changed the ball of direction. The goalkeeper completely went the opposite direction. That opened up the score. After that, the US got confidence, started having more ball control. More players started adding themselves into the attack. Obviously, the US hasn't played with a backline of 3, or you could say 5 players, and they're just getting used to it. After halftime, obviously some changes were made. Yunus Musa was taken out. He had an okay game. Sebastian Lletget, who integrates himself very well with these young guys, came in and played well in my eyes. Sergino Dest came out also. He tried to take on the world in the first half. A little bit of what he did with Jamaica. These are higher quality players in Northern Ireland than the Jamaican teams. They know how to close up spaces. Sergino Dest did look great still, but wasn't as effective in the other game. Brian Reynolds came in, had a great second half. I like the way he moves up the wings. Very tall, has good ball control for the Roma player. In the 59th minute, the US still kept on attacking. Pulisic went from the outside of the big box, straight into the inside to cut into the left side, trying to get a shot, or was looking for the penalty. Got the penalty, shot it straight down the middle. On the ground though, the goalkeeper thought he was gonna shoot the ball in the air, but he actually shot it to the ground. People are saying it's a bad penalty. I'm saying it's a good one. Hopefully this gets Pulisic going with his Chelsea club. Ireland made some changes. Obviously, they were starting to go in for the game. They were trying to attack. They opened themselves up a little more, where they were looking a little bit vulnerable in their end of the pitch. The US still had ball control after all these changes. Richards came in for long. Didn't really notice a difference there. Gio Reyna had a great game in my eyes. Combined with Pulisic, opened up space. Brandon Aronson came in and I really like him. I like the way he plays. He's very young. Plays at Red Bull Salzburg. Has very good ball control. Moves a lot. Daryl Dike came in for Sabechu. And then after that, the US kept sending balls to Dike over and over and over, where he had a bunch of clear shots, I could say, that he should have finished, but he just didn't. Kylian Acosta came out for Luca de la Torre. Kylian Acosta did not have a good game. Made a few bad passes where Northern Ireland counterattacked and just failed to finish. Northern Ireland, wait, look at this Smith guy's picture. I really doubt that guy's that old. I think they have the wrong Smith here. In the 80th minute, Ireland kept attacking, and obviously the US did too, where they left space open. He shot off with his right foot right into the far post of Zach Steffen. That was an amazing, amazing goal. After that, they both still attacked. The US ended up keeping the same score, 2-1, and won the game. To our thoughts of each individual player, the US did come out with a shirt to represent change, because there has to be change. There are the construction workers in Qatar who are being overworked just to finish the stadiums there. If we all know soccer, Qatar didn't exist in the soccer world. They shouldn't have been hosting the World Cup at all. They didn't have the capacity yet. And if you could only look up the stories of what's going on over there, workers being worked day in, day out, dying because they're working in the hot weather. It's not fair. We all know FIFA is corrupt as F. They are, Qatar paying them a ton of money to be able to host this World Cup. And there's people that are paying for it with their lives. Aaron Long, I would say, let's do our ratings out of 5, because I don't want to do out of 10. Out of 5, I would give Aaron Long a 3.5, because Northern Ireland counter-attacked. And if it wasn't for the bad passes of the Northern Ireland players, they could have finished these shots. But other than that, Aaron Long did what was asked of him. He did an okay job. I've seen him play better. Going all over the place with these guys and not in chronological order. Yunus Musa had a good game. He has very good ball control. He's still only 18 years old. He was actually playing more off the left wing, trying to get into there. When he would attack, he would actually go towards the middle to open up players on the wings. He did lose a few balls. I did notice that he liked to keep the ball on his feet a little bit too much instead of getting rid of it. Other than that, he had a good game. I would give him a 4.2 out of 5. Combined himself very good on the wing with Christian Pulisic and Gio Reyna. He likes to go up towards the left side of the box on the wing and just send center-ins and send crosses and crosses and crosses. He's very tall and has a lot of strength, able to control the ball very well with his feet. But I would say that because of his over-offensive mentality, he did leave behind open space for Tim Ream and Long to try to fix that for him. Other than that, he incorporated himself very well into the attack. I'd give him a 4 out of 5. Dest, very good player. I did notice instead of going onto the wing, he likes to go towards the center also. Open up players on the wings. Likes to do a 1-2 pass. Tried to do a shot outside of the box again, but it looked like Northern Ireland had his number and didn't really let him shoot. Other than that, he only played the first half. I'd give him a 4.3 out of 5. Actually dropped more towards the middle of the field actually. Somewhere I haven't really seen him. I've seen him push a few guys to get them off the ball. He combined with Christian Pulisic. He got his goal. He got his whole goal, and that completely changed the outcome of this game. That gave the confidence to the U.S. If it wasn't for the shot, he wouldn't have, the U.S. wouldn't have scored. You can't make the shots you don't make. So thanks to him, the U.S. completely turned around. I gave him a 4.8 out of 5. He's still very young, and he's only gonna get better. And this is somebody that Greg Berhalter really loves. He is probably one of the oldest guys on this roster. Doesn't get much playing time at Fulham. I don't think he needs to be here anymore. In the counterattacks, he did stop a few, but he doesn't have the speed anymore. He doesn't have the legs to stay up. And this was a Northern Ireland team that wasn't its best team. So imagine if they were playing France or somebody else. The U.S. would be in trouble. They need to let go of Tim Ream. Other than that, I give him a 4.1. America, I would say Landon Donovan is Captain America. But Christian Pulisic, he's the captain of this team. He's the one that gets the ball going. He moves it around, opens up space for players. And it's not just him that I noticed. It's a lot of U.S. players that like to keep the ball longer than they should. They're like Jesus Corona. They've got like 4 or 5 guys on the U.S. team that are trying to take 3 to 4 or 5 guys and then pass the ball. No. Do the safe pass. You have your teammates open. It's okay. It's okay to let go of the ball. Christian Pulisic did play the 90 minutes. Greg Berhalter is trying to give him time. Trying to give him minutes so he can make himself look better. So he picks up more minutes with Chelsea. I don't think he did a bad job at all. I actually rate him higher than every other player. He played all 90 minutes. Very good job. Responded with a penalty goal. That clearly killed Northern Ireland. Great job on Christian Pulisic's side. Glasgow did a good job getting the balls headed out of the area when the Northern Ireland crossed the balls into the goal net of Zach Steffen. He did a very good job defending. It wasn't passed many times. Obviously, when you are open on the counterattack, some guys are going to pass you just because they're only faster than you. Other than that, he did a good job. I give him a 4.4 out of 5. Who plays at Young Boys in Switzerland. I was expecting a lot more out of him just because he has been playing very good for his team. Constantly been scoring a bunch of goals. I was not happy with his performance. It didn't look like he was comfortable with the players here. I guess he's still going to need a few more games just to get himself familiar with the players around him. I give him a 3.8 today out of 5. He is a very interesting player. He came in wanting to score. He shot a bunch of times actually. I think he shot more than 3 times towards the Northern Ireland goal net. And he missed. But it's okay, you know, he's only 20 years old. He just went into the Championship League in England, where he's scoring a bunch of goals now. I think he's going to end up passing Josh Sargent, Sebechu, Zardes. He's going to be the U.S. starting striker, especially the way they play, because he can hold the ball and in the midfield, pass it off to the wings to Christian Pulisic or Gio Reyna. So it wouldn't be bad if Greg Berhalter continues to play him until he gets familiar with the U.S. team. The goalkeeper, I'm going to give him a 4.6 out of 5 only because he received a goal. Other than that, he was perfect. He did what was asked of him. He stopped what he had to stop. Obviously, he received a bunch of shots, but that's because the U.S. defenders didn't close out spaces enough. But Zach Steffen is doing his job. He's doing his job right. That goal that he received in the 80th minute was not his fault. Not many goalkeepers in the world could have stopped that. When came into the game, Hungary was looking for the ball, combined very well with Christian Pulisic, opened up space for himself, and attacked. He's an interesting player. I think he's going to be in the top 23 players for the U.S. coming up, especially with Jordan Morris' injury. The U.S. is coming strong, and they are going to face next Switzerland. If Switzerland takes this game very serious, it's going to be a very competitive game versus the U.S. Let's all hope that they bring their best players to compete against the U.S. So we will wait until May 30th to see this matchup. Until then, take care everyone, and we'll see you soon.